Hello, yeah. So, as I promised about the ADP, it's all about the ADP. What are you guys going to? What are you thinking about? So, I said I will be coming live to for us to discuss about the ADP. So, this webinar is for me to show you. I'm going to show you how to be able to interpret the news events. Okay, so what are you guys thinking about the ADP? So we are going to be having. We are going to be having. I'm coming. Okay, so good day, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself. So as I said, we are going to be talking about the ADP, so the employment data. I hope you guys know how to interpret the employment data. What are you thinking about the employment data? Is the dollar going to be weak or is the dollar going to be strong? What do people think? So let me just preview the what you are going to be expecting. Yeah. So around 12:15, 12:30, you are going to be seeing the news to be released around 12:15 p.m. the ADP. So when you talk about ADP, it's just an employed number of people employed. Okay, number of people employed. So that's past data. So normally when it comes to news events, the data that you are going to be seeing is the past data. Okay, so maybe the previous month data is being released this month. So this month data, for instance, is going to be released the following month. So that's what normally it happens. You get it? So what they are expecting. So normally you have to check the figures. Okay, you need to check the figures to do your projection or for you to make your decision. So what they are expecting to happen is what? They are expecting So the data that was released the previous month was 143. Okay, 143K. And the forecasted numbers is what? 130K. So normally if you are interpreting this data, you need to understand you need to understand the news event. So what does it mean by what? ADP. So when you talk about ADP, as I said, it's an employed number of people employed. It's like a job data. So similar like number of people employed. So employment data. Okay, it's like an employment data. So if you have now understood the meaning of the news event simply means what? Number of people employed in the past month. So the number of people employed in the past month was for 143K. Okay, that's the actual numbers for last month. And now they are forecasting 130K. So what do you think about it? If the number of people employed last month was 143, and now they are forecasting the number of people employed in the economy to be reducing, what do you think the currency is going to be doing, or what's going on in the economy? So what it means is what it means is the number of people employed is what? Lesser in this month as compared to the previous month. You get it? The number of people employed this month is lesser as compared to the previous month. So you need to take note of that. The number of people employed in the past month the number of people employed in the past month is what? Lesser than what the number of people employed this month is lesser than what? The number of people employed is lesser than what you are expecting. Okay, what we are expecting is lesser than the previous month data. You get it? It is lesser than the previous month data. So one thing you have to take note is what? The dollar is going to be weak at this point. The dollar is going to be weak at this point. That's for just a projection, just a prediction. Okay, so they are predicting, or they are projection, they are speculating that the dollar will be weak at this month. So that's what you have to take note of. The dollar is going to be weak for this month. Week for this month. So that's what you have to take note of. The dollar is going to be weak for the upcoming news. So around 12:15. So we have less than some minutes for us to. So what you were expecting this month, this morning is happening. What you were expecting it to happen is happening. So this candle hasn't closed, so you don't need how it will be better, but I'm not sure ADP is going to spoil everything. If not ADP, you would have waited for the H4 to close above. You get it? You would have waited for the H4 to close, then you take a buy. That one would have been better way to take a buy. But now employment data is going to spoil everything. You get it? One thing you have to notice, what employment data is going to spoil everything. So I'm expecting the dollar to be weak. So any pair that you are going to pair it with the dollar, we are going to be seeing weakness. We are going to see that pair to appreciate in value. We are going to see that pair to appreciate in value. So the news will be released in the next, let's say, 30 minutes, 12:15. So it will be released in the next 30 minutes. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. So when the news is about to approach, I will show you how you'll be able to. Those who want to trade the news, it's very risky though, but I don't recommend you people to be doing that. It's very, very risky when you are trading the news event. But you can be doing the buy stop and the sell stop if you have the capital to be able to be doing that. You can be using the buy stop and the sell stop to be doing that. Okay, but one thing you have to notice, what the numbers that you are seeing over there is just a projection. Okay, it is not the actual data, it is just a projection. They are speculating. That's what analysts are speculating it to happen based on what the data the data that has been gathered. So you don't have to solely based on this one to make a decision in the market. You don't have to solely base on it. So news events mostly is not recommendable. It's not recommendable to be doing that, but you can be basing on this one to make your projection or speculation. So they are expecting, I'm expecting weakness in the dollar. So any pair that you are going to pair it with any pair that you are going to pair it with the dollar, I'm expecting that pair to what? I'm expecting that pair to appreciate in value. So if you are pairing USD CHF, what I'm expecting it to happen is what? If you are pairing USD CHF, what I'm expecting it to happen is what? The dollar to be weak. I'm expecting a sell. Okay. I'm expecting a sell on USD CHF. But technical analysis too is also telling us what? It can be a buy. That's technical analysis. Expecting it to be a buy. But when it comes to GBP USD, so GBP USD 2, I'm expecting a buy on GBP USD. According to, based on the data given, I'm expecting a buy on GBP USD. But market structure too is looking like a bearish. It's also looking like a bearish. So I don't know why it should buy. But let's see for the news to be released before we can make our final conclusion or final judgments on it. So you are going to be doing buy stop, sell stop. Okay. So if you have a small account, you can try that. You are going to be doing buy stop and sell stop on the various news, on the news events. So I think GBP JPY is doing it's looking good. It is retesting on a very strong level, but when price retest on this level, you need to wait for confirmation. So it can either be on the H1, there's no confirmation. You get it. So I would prefer looking for confirmation on the H1 time frame. We don't have confirmation for now. We don't have confirmation for now. Yeah, so it's looking good. So it's looking like the same thing that happened yesterday. Yesterday it's made a retested. It's retested over here and bounced back. So the same thing that I'm expecting it to happen on. The same thing that I'm expecting it to happen on this one too. But the news event is going to the ADP is going to spoil everything. So in the next 15 minutes, you are going to see the news to be released. So when it's 5 minutes, you are going to be doing that buy stop and sell stop. So you need to first of all understand the time frame you are going to base on that. You are going to base on it to make that decision. You need to know the time frame you are going to base on that to make that decision. So you need to understand, is the M30 time frame a stronger time frame to rely on, or is the H1 time frame a stronger time frame to rely on? One thing is what this thing can blow your accounts. Your account can blow. Everything can vanish within a second. Within a blink of an eye, everything, your account can blow. That's news for you. News is not predictable. You can, as I explained this morning, you can see a whip, and the market can just wick. You get it, but you live to see. So that's 12:15. So in the next 15 minutes, yeah. So less than 15 minutes, the news will be released. So drop your view on what are you expecting the dollar to be doing if you understand fundamentals. What do you expect the dollar to be doing? Do you expect weakness, or do you expect it to appreciate? Do you believe the dollar to be strong, or you strongly believe that it's going to be weak? So drop your view in the hot chat box. So those on YouTube, drop your view in the chat box. What do you think the dollar is going to be doing? Is it going to be weak, or is it going to be strong? What do you people think? as we are waiting, let's discuss. What do you people think? Or you don't have any idea about what fundamentals means? You don't have any idea on how fundamental works. So what do you people think? What do you people think? Those on YouTube, or you just so you don't know how to interpret the data? So it's an employment data. So when you talk about employment, when more people are employed in if more people are working, that means what? Money is going to come into the pocket of some people. Money is going to come into the pocket of the citizens. And if money comes into the pocket of the citizens, what's going to happen? People are going to spend. Okay. So there was going to be as in when people are spending, that means retail sales too is going to go up. More people are spending, so more people are buying. You get it? More people are buying. So there's going to be busy in the economy. People are really going to be engaging. You get it? People are really going to be engaging and other stuff. So employment is is a sensitive data into the economy. If less people are employed, if you're having more unemployed, more people being unemployed, that means what? More people too are going to claim for unemployment benefits, which is going to it's going to add it up towards the government's spending. The government is going to spend more on what unemployment claims, unemployment benefits. So unemployment is bad for the economy, but employment data, when more people are employed, it is good for the economy. That's what you need to understand. When more people are employed, it is good for the economy. When more people are employed, it is good for the economy. So if the employment data, they are expecting the employment data as comparing it to the previous month to be very less. That means what? You need to see what the dollar to depreciate in value. Okay, you need to expect the dollar to depreciate in value. So let's see whether the projection or what you are expecting it to happen is going to happen. So in the next 15 minutes, the news is going to be released. Yeah, so we're having 40 minutes more for the news to be released. So when it is 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how we are going to be tackling this thing. How you would tackle this thing. News events, trading news is not the proper way to be doing as in be trading the markets. The best way to analyze when there's no news events, you stop. When there's more news events, you stop, you don't trade, you wait for the news to be released before you take a trade. That's the best way to be going by. So let's see. So you people are not sharing your view. I came to the chat for us to share views. What do people think about it? It. Yeah, I'm expecting the dollar to be weak. I'm expecting the dollar to be weak. So in the next 15 minutes, the news will be released. So this how we are going to be setting. Let me analyze so it's either going to be on gold or it's either going to be on the pound dollar. By the safer side, let's go for the pound dollar. So let's identify our various levels and see. Let's identify our various levels and see what's going to happen. So with the daily time frame, you're having a support over here on the daily time frame. So when it comes to the buy stop and sell stop, when it comes to the buy stop and the sell stop, so the candles, the structure is downtrend. So if the dollar is weak, then so this one is the daily time frame. So doesn't mean this level is going to reject price. So as I'm saying, this is not factual. Okay, this is just prediction. It is not factual. This is what you need to understand. It's not factual, just prediction. So with the buy stop, so I think since the H1 candle is closed, I think it's better for us to use the H1 candle for the buy stop and the sell stop. So you place, so okay, so that's going to be the 30 minutes. So you can place the buy stop over here, place the buy stop and the sell stop. So the buy stop can be here, the sell stop can be there. But as I'm expecting the buy stop to rather be triggered as compared to what the sell stop. I'm expecting the buy stop to be triggered as compared to the buy stop the sell stop. So in the next 10 minutes, the news is going to be released. So does it mean our projection, what you're expecting, is going to come to pass? So you started seeing, yes, you started reading candles. So reading candles, you have started seeing exhaustion candles at the M15 time frame. If you started seeing exhaustion candle at the M15 time frame, so this should tell you that we can see weakness in it has started rejecting the level. So does it mean what we are projecting is going to come true? So we're having a resistance to over here. You're having a resistance to over there. Since price hasn't closed, so the level is being rejected. The level is being rejected. So doesn't mean the buy stop can come true. So this is GBP USD. I'm analyzing GBP USD. So let's check the minutes to be released, the news to be released. So it's left with 8 minutes for the news to be released. Dun, dun. So 8 minutes for the news to be released. So I've started seeing rejection over here. I've started seeing some rejection candles. So we just need an additional rejection candle. So the moment this one will move out, so this one too is on a resistance. So does it mean if it breaks the high, it's going to continue upwards? Because you have started seeing rejection. So if you come to the 30 minutes, for instance, you are seeing when price, you see the candle try to what move to this side, it got rejected. This candle tried to move to this side, got rejected. Even though you are seeing indecision candle, sellers exhaustion, almost the same wick, okay, almost the same size, but the projection might come true. But this is what, as I said, this is not This is not fact. It's just speculation. So don't base on that to make your decision. Just speculation. You get it? We are just speculating. So let me check gold too. So that means gold too need to be strong. We have to see more buys on gold based on. So it can be wrong. The data can be wrong. The data can be wrong. So don't take it personal. The data can be wrong. So they are expecting the dollar to be strong. So let's see the next 15 minutes. So it left with 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes for it to be released. So who is having experience on the news event? Who is having either positive experience or negative experience? Who is having that experience on news events? Who is having that experience on news? Who has traded news events before? On YouTube, if I've traded news events before or it's your first time. So as I said, if you are starting out, don't add this way of trading into your trading style. It's not going to end you well. You get it? It's not going to end you well. So you need to make sure you are trading safe. Don't add this way of trading into your trading style. It's not the best way to go by it. It's not the best way to analyze the chart. So it's the exhaustion candles can make it happen. But one thing is what you can't rely on the 15 minutes for your decision making. You can't rely on the 15 minutes for your decision making. So it's left with 5 minutes for the news to be released. 5 minutes for the news to be released. But one thing is what the candles are looking bearish. That's what I'm confused on. The candles are looking bearish. So I'm really confused. Either this one is going to come to pass. Is it going to happen? So what says the time? So 4 minutes for the news to be released. Okay, so as I was saying, you just set. I think if it is a high impact news, then I think the H1 is either going to be better. This is going to be a buy stop. This is going to be a sell stop. This is going to be a buy stop. So using the 30-minute candle is going to be using the H1 candle is rather best, because if it is news event, then this point is all going to be broken. Okay, this point is all going to be broken. That's what you need to take note of. And one thing you need to understand about news events is what sometimes the news can't be impactful like that. You get, so if it is not impactful and you get triggered, you are just going to be stuck. Okay, you are just going to be stuck. That's what you need to understand. If the news is not all that impactful, the market is not going to move and you are going to be stuck. So you need to understand that too. So it's left with 15 minutes. So less than 2 minutes more for the news to be released. 2 minutes more for the news to be released. So let's see what's going to happen. So I'm sure it may be grabbing liquidity. It's grabbing liquidity, then it will just take off for the buy. So if the news is high impactful, it's going to be breaking all these levels. That's a fact. If the news is more impactful, these levels are all going to be broken. So 1 minute, less than 1 minute more. So you guys should see, those who have not experienced how news normally moves, you guys should witness it yourself today. So ADP. So NFP2, I will try and come live during the NFP 12:30 tomorrow, Friday. So I'll try the CPI will be doing live, the NFP, the ADP, but the unemployment claims and those things and all that. CPI and retail sales too sometimes. Yeah, so what I'm saying, so less than a minute for the news to be released. So as I said, when the news is about to release, you set your buy stop, sell stop above the previous candle highs and lows. Okay, so this one we use the H1, so it will be released in the next 46 seconds more, 44 seconds more. Let's see what's going to happen. So I suppose maybe you set your buy sell stop over here. I'm not trading it, please. You set your buy stop over here. So that's what you are normally going to be doing. So let's see which one is going to be triggered first. So the one that is going to be triggered first, then you delete the one that wasn't triggered. That's what you are going to be doing it. So 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Let's go. Let's see. Go. So the dollar was strong. The dollar ended up being strong. So let's see the numbers that came out. So that's news for you. You see this one, it didn't move massively like that. So this one can just be awake and move down. So the numbers, I think the numbers that came was wrong. It was different from what they were forecasting. So let me check the numbers that came. So the numbers were it was way higher than what they were expecting. So that's why we are seeing the dollar to be strong. So that's why I was emphasizing that this one is just a projection. You get it? So this is the numbers that came. It was way higher than the forecasted one. The forecasted one was just 110. This is way higher than the forecasted one. So that's why you are seeing the dollar to be strong. You get it? So that's why you are seeing the dollar to be strong. That's why you are seeing the dollar to be strong. So everything has been spot by USD CHF according to what you expecting. Everything has ended up being destroyed. Everything has been destroyed by the dollar. Everything has been destroyed by the CPI, the ADP. So let me see GJ. So the level has been rejected. So the numbers that came was way higher than the previous numbers. The numbers that came was way higher than the previous numbers. So that's why we are seeing strength in the dollar. So the reason why you don't have to be trading news event, and you see even this one, it wasn't moving massively like that. It wasn't moving massively like that. You get it? So assuming maybe you've entered you got triggered, you are still going to be stuck in this position. You get it? So that's what normally we how we trade the news. Okay, just so now this one has been triggered, so you can be in profit for maybe just some few pips because it is how it's going to be impactful. All right, so we try NFP and see. Okay, so if there's no question on this one, have a nice day, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, you too. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.